Well, good evening, all. Ira Epstein, and here we are with your Good evening. Ira Epstein with your SPDR ETF stock market wrap-up. I started with the wrong one. I came right back to that. And this is for the evening of Thursday, October 9th, 2025. And what a wild trading day. It was everywhere today. Metal markets, it's hard for me to say this, but they're down. I mean, they haven't been down. I don't remember when they were down. I'm losing my mind on it. But they were all lower today. Uber down. XLF down today for a change. Uranium was up. A lot of play going on still with MP. Remember we were covering that for a while, and that is still a good stock. NVDA holding up a little bit today, but Tesla coming back down another $3. Netflix, again, was just at 11.40s. Market's back up to 12.31. Amazon up. Now remember, one of the things I asked you to do is give me stocks to cover for you. And if you do that each evening, I'll start adding them, and away we can go, and we'll keep rotating a few of them and should have some fun. For tomorrow, here's what you have in the way of data coming out. Let's get to where I've got the right screen. Here we go. You can read it better. Chicago Fed President Goolsbee. The Fed is holding a conference, the Federal Reserve, in Washington. And at it today, we had Powell speak. He did prepared remarks. He didn't say too much. Barr did, and it didn't sound like he's in favor of lowering interest rates right away, especially with the lack of data and the fact that inflation is so stubborn. University of Michigan, we're going to get their preliminary October sentiment index against September's. Now, they're looking for a 54 reading. We had a 55.10 at the end of September, so we'll see. So a little bit of slippage there. You know what's going on with Israel and Hamas, so a lot of positive things taking place at that part. We haven't heard anything about Ukraine and Russia because Israel and Hamas have taken the war front right out from under you. Not hearing too much about Iran anymore either. It's very interesting how this all moves and it flies and how fast it can go. So we'll see. Within 72 hours, there's an excellent chance that if the deal can hold together, and as you know, I trust nothing in the Middle East, but if the deal can hold together, then hostages, alive and dead, are in theory supposed to be removed. And shortly afterwards, Israel in 4 phases will start moving their IDF, their forces, back. Truckloads of goods for the people that are living there will make its way in. We'll see. And our president will go there to take the honors if the deal comes together. So we'll find out. Every day is very fluid right now. So as I said, let's take a look, if we could, at the marketplace and get this going for us. Now, I'm still covering PCG because it's so important. And as you know, they think they got the person that caused the fire, that cost people their lives. What, 6,000 homes wiped out? It's unbelievable. But the market today backing off a little bit with the marketplace. The trend is still up, higher lows, higher highs. The first support, I would think, is going to be the 200-day average because the market literally just went through it like it didn't exist. So often what happens is on the way down, then it becomes a support number. You can see how the market's reversing against the upper band. It's having trouble pushing it out and just running, but it's pushing it out and it is lifting prices as it does that. And in momentum in the market, it's got to hang in here. Now, are we embedded is the big question. Both numbers, as you saw today, are still over 80. The day before they were over 80 and the day before they were not. Tomorrow's the day that you can convert the market if you're up from being an overbought market to locking in momentum that says, hey, I'm ready to go even more. We'll see. CoreWeave, CRWV. Market, you've asked me to cover it, so here we are. Upper Bollinger Band is the resistance. You have a pattern of a lower low and a higher high. The bias is up since you're over the 18-day average. You had a recent move where the 18-day average did get over the 100, but you are overbought. So if you were asking me, Ira, do you think this is going to run? It can do it, but no. You only stay over the Bollinger Band 5% of the time, so why would I bet against that? Then we got liquidity services, LQDT. They engage in the provision of e-commerce solutions to manage value and sell inventory and equipment for business and government clients. Okay? So they're always looking at the inventories, what's going on. It's been falling out of bed. They better get their own house in order. This is not something that you asked me to cover that even looks to me like it's ready to put in a bottom. I don't know where it'll be. I don't know why it would bottom yet. When we look at Ensign Group, now this is an interesting company because they engage in skilled nursing, senior living, and rehab services. Okay, we're all getting older. Look at me. And eventually some of us are going to need that. I hope I don't. But in any case, it's been a market that's been on a tear. It recently was 162. It just got up into the 179 level, pulling back. It has an embedded reading. As long as that doesn't close under 79, this market's a buy. If it closes under that, I'd probably want out of the marketplace. Netflix. This has been that vertical price move. It went through the 200-day average. The next big resistance, if it can get there, is 1248. Be a bit cautious. It is overbought, but it has made a statement. What is the statement? 1150 is too cheap. And then we get to MSTR, which is Strategy Inc., and they engage in the provision of enterprise analytics and mobility software. And they had a tear with everybody. Look at where the market stopped the rally. It's pulling back. It's not out of its uptrend. The swing line's up, but the bias is down. You had gotten overbought. You're correcting it. It needs to find its footing. So if you were saying to me, Ira, do you think it's a buy here? No. Then I'd be nervous about Tesla. It's starting to act like a market that wants to go back to the 413 level. So pay attention to that. The battleground's clearly 435, but if it gives up any ground, that can happen. I've been looking for Joby to fall back to the 18-day average and try to find support. Well, it certainly did that today. It's still overbought, though. I wanted to get away from that. You have a number in the 70s. It's still not ready, in my opinion, for buys. XLF, lower highs, higher lows. Market still pushing itself with what's going on. Did I say higher lows? Lower highs, lower lows is what I meant. It's in a downtrend, but you're already at the support zone in the market. And look, you fought day after day just about at the same highs in XLI, and suddenly you fell right back to the 18-day average. And look at what happened. Momentum's been lost to the upside. Not the place to be. That's happening on a lot of the markets. You're losing the upside momentum now. You're getting oversold quickly in the energy services. I think the pros began short covering today against the lower Bollinger Band. And in the gold, what can I tell you? You know, all I've said is that if you're going to play this, understand the risk that you're taking on. It's very important. I can tell you, win, lose, or draw in the futures markets today. I told my clients to go in on that huge break. We'll see if they're okay by the morning. Right now, I know as I did my update, they were ahead. We'll see what happens. Higher lows, higher highs, pulling back. I am interested in gold tomorrow on this chart if I come in the morning and the futures are acting good, being over the 400 level. SoFi, higher lows, higher high. As long as you don't get back under 2765, this market has the possibility to make another run, maybe to the 30 level. Take out that 2765, I'm not comfortable. Palantir, outside day up today. Therefore, higher lows, higher highs, but instantly overbought. Resistance right here at 189.44. Nah, I'm not in love with that. BND, I'm looking at futures tonight higher, which means yields falling. If you can get up and over 74.41, you've got a shot here of making another bottom in this. We'll take a look and see if that can happen. As for the dollar, I know everybody talks that fancy word, the basement. All that happened is you went to the basement in prices and you've rallied up from there rather smartly. And at the same time, you rallied the euro because the people thought the dollar would drop forever, and it has given up a tremendous amount of ground. So you put it together, it's an interesting time. Now, if you want to keep up with where I say buy, sell, how I have my clients working, just go to iraepstein.com, research. Everything's explained right there. There's cursors up here you can grab at any point in time. Watch the other videos tonight. I'll catch up with you all in the morning. Have a great evening.